Ready? Okay. All right. Okay, well, good morning again. My name is Tanya Smith, and I serve as the director for the Office of Civil Rights. I'm also the agency's DEI officer and serve on several committees for diversity, equity, inclusion, and business development. So OCR, what do we do? Our office is here to ensure that NCDOT is providing equal access and opportunities for employees and contractors participating in transportation programs that receive federal and or state funding. I'm really excited about this session. Each year we've been growing and getting better and doing add-ons to really create the inclusion for our small businesses. So, drum roll please. Okay. Welcome to the DBE Ready for Prime Time. Yoo-hoo. This is a phenomenal breakout session at the summit. We have heard from you over the last couple of years about what you wanted. So yesterday was the prime opportunity where they pitched to you, and today you're here to showcase your wonderful talents, right? So you'll have the extraordinary opportunity to hear firsthand from our disadvantaged business enterprises as they pitch their businesses in a format that was inspired by the infamous Shark Tank. So these pitches are not just presentations. These DBEs, folks, will demonstrate their firm's dedication, their potential, and their resilience. Many of our small businesses are leaders when it comes to partnering with others to advance solutions to our greatest challenges in transportation. So get ready to be inspired and impressed by our DBE participants. Take the stage to demonstrate their vision and potential. Again, today is about forging meaningful connections and opportunities and collaboration between DBEs and industry leaders. So let's all embrace the spirit of entrepreneurship and support our DBEs. Thank you for being here, and let's elevate our businesses to new heights together. And I will say that we have Mr. Wonderful in the room. So I like to go off script a little bit. I'm supposed to just say, now Boyd, but I will stop and say, Boyd Therrington is kind of my ace. He is the one that has helped not only facilitate this session, but get 11 primes here yesterday. Someone approached me and said it would take them over a year to meet 11 primes. So thank you, primes, for engaging with us, for sticking with us. But boy, I'm tough on him. He'll tell you. There's times he probably wants to just bite my head, right? But he answers every call, and he wants to make sure that each of you have the opportunity to participate in the $10 billion in contracts we have available, $2 billion over the next year, and $1 billion in maintenance contracts. So he is here for you. Now, Mr. Wonderful. No pressure. He paid me for that.
She said that yesterday, and then I thought about it afterwards. I'm thinking maybe she's making a bald joke because Mr. Wonderful doesn't have any hair. That's okay. Tanya, I think, set it up really well. But a lot of folks that were here yesterday got to hear from the primes, and they kind of made their, I'll call it their pitch, talking about their companies and the types of projects they're targeting and the way they do business. Today's the flip of that, right? So this is a great opportunity for the primes that are here to learn about your business and what your business does, what your strengths are, capabilities are, and so the type of work that you're interested in. So I look forward to hearing your pitches or your presentations. And with that, I won't take up any more time. Yes. Oh, yeah. Actually, okay, if you're a prime contractor in the room, if you don't mind, raise your hand. Okay, 1, 2, 3. And if maybe real quick, just for anybody who may not have been here, maybe we'll start over here and just name and company.
Blake Boring, Carolina Sunrock. Drew Johnson, Branch Civil.
Andy.
Andy Mary, SD Roof. Travis Patrick, Black Development. Casey Hurley, Land Construction. Lee Bradley, Light Construction. Jennifer Soul, Roof, Skanska.
Okay. I think that's it.
Mike Gray, one other West Piece, West United.
Is that West Piece, the Duke of DBE? Is that the Duke of DBE? Yeah. is Yolanda? Oh, Yolanda Jordan is in the room. I was just told to recognize her with Federal Highways, our division office, division administrator for the North Carolina division. Absolutely. So welcome. Fantastic having you here. So with that, let's go ahead and get started and hear from our DBE firms. The first up is Cedrin Kirksey with Bancar Services Group.
Let's give them some support. Let's
Yep.
go.
How you doing?
Buzzword, get work, right? Get work. All right.
Wow, no pressure, Mr. Wonderful. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. A wise businessman once asked me, what keeps you up at night? This question, along with the 14 tenets of Marine Corps leadership, was the founding principles for Bancar Services Group.
I can hear you.
Okay. My name is Cedrin Kirksey, and I'm the CEO of Bancar Services Group. At Bancar, we specialize in ADA-compliant facility upfit construction. We do guide rail, guardrail, erosion control services, but specialize in facility upfits. As a service-disabled veteran-owned small business, NCDOT, DBE, SBE, and MBE, we strive to make sure that we dot the I's and cross the T's. Our tagline is, everyone is everything. Everyone and everything is important. These founding principles go into safety, our workmanship, and our pride. We look to partner with a lot of you as a community, and we look forward to making North Carolina beautiful, accessible, and more inclusive. Thank you. Look forward to speaking to you.
All right, drum roll, next person. Yes. Why do we want to do business with you?
Good morning. Okay, I have a paper because any of you who spoke to me yesterday know that I could talk for 45 minutes. So I'm going to try to stay on task here. Oh, okay. Let me talk closer. There we go. Hi, my name is Shara Biagini, and I am the president of Roadworks Construction Company. I am thrilled to get a chance to speak to all of you today. The other two founders that comprise what we call the civil construction trifecta are Anthony Biagini and Marshall Kreider. Roadworks is NCDOT WBE certified and located in Apex. We specialize in three main areas: structures, utilities, drainage, and grading. We work in North Carolina anywhere that's like 2-hour radius outside of Raleigh. We have an unlimited GC license and currently are GCing our biggest project to date, which is right around $6 million. Our owners and executive management team have backgrounds working for large national contractors like Granite and Flatiron in all the business aspects, from accounting and finance to resource management to project management and estimating. This has allowed Roadworks to understand and fulfill the needs of large primes and owners, while also providing the benefit of being a small contractor. Sure, obviously, the DBE status is helpful for us, and it's helpful for GCs at bid time, and probably the reason why a lot of GCs take an initial leap with us. But time and again, we're called back to a job after we have filled our contract value to do more work, because we're versatile, we're dependable, and have proven over and over that we're interested in a long-term relationship, not just looking to make the quick buck and get out of there. Roadworks has great repetitive relationships with many primes: Flatiron, Branch, SC Wooten's commercial division. We also have great relationships as a prime with owners such as the NCDOT and the City of Durham Stormwater Division. Currently, we're actually wrapping up a $2 million infrastructure repair project in Durham. Recently, we've also started working for CMs like Clancy and Thays and John Moriarty. We're actually doing the entire site work package on the new Rust Bus station in downtown Raleigh right now for them. Roadworks is always looking to build new relationships with like-minded companies. Safety first, inclusion and respect, and a team, not an us versus you mentality when completing the project, are all values that we're looking for in continued relationships with primes and GCs. If this sounds like your company, values that you share, and I didn't already chat your ear off yesterday, I would love to talk to you some more and see if there's a future for us to work together. Thank you all for your time.
Yes, she is. Uh-oh. Employees, hire truckers. So what you really want for them to do is to have some time management skills. Don't lie on their application. Have some type of experience, right? Y'all talk back to me. Yeah, be an asset, not a liability. Some of them really need to work for free, but that's not going to happen. You need them to display teamwork skills, leadership skills, communicate, problem-solving skills. Anybody want to add to that list? Okay. My name is Janelle Reddick. I am the president of R.L. Thompson Company. We have been in business since 2006. My father started this business at that time. My degree is in math education. I was a former high school math teacher, and now I'm running a trucking company. We have started a new division for R.L. Thompson Company, and we plan to offer trades, many trades. We have already started with CDL classes. You can get a CDL in 14 days working with us. Entry-level driver training, okay? We have come to realize that most community colleges offer training for over-the-road drivers, and that is not the same as a dump truck driver. The experience is not the same, okay? So we currently offer Class B for now, small class sizes, evening classes, so that students can work and also attend classes. Because you can have credentials and a license, but not have any skills to do so. We plan to grow this company exponentially, or this division of our company exponentially. Being in education, I understand that trades is the way to go for our businesses. So I would like to pass out at this time some business cards to later speak with you about these opportunities. And if you have any 18-year-olds, remember me, I was the one that asked that question, which I have ran into some 18-year-olds that are really looking for jobs, and nobody will hire them, and they already have their CDL license. Thank you.
Get work. Okay, well, I'll start it off with an interesting proposal. I did not know that this was a Shark Tank style presentation, but I would be happy to offer a 5% equity stake for a $10 million investment in our firm. So sharks, who's out, who's in? Let me know. Thanks for having me here today. I know many of you in the room, and it's great to have this opportunity. Thanks to NCDOT for setting up such a wonderful program for DBEs and women and minority-owned businesses. This is really such a wonderful and inclusive state to work in. I started my firm last year. We are called Goen Schweitzer Engineers and Consultants. Maybe a little bit different than many of the wonderful providers in the room, but we are a professional services firm, and we're focused on construction management. So my background is started off my career as an inspector, lost my boot in a pile of mud the first day on the job, wasn't tied tightly enough, learned that quickly. I've done lots of work, all sorts of different construction components, oversaw those as an inspector, moved to a field engineer role, moved to a resident engineer role, managed a group of inspectors and engineers, and decided that there was a gap in the industry from the construction management side of things that focused on our team in the field and really just showed them the value that they truly bring to jobs. So Shannon Schweitzer and I, he's my business partner, we launched our firm last July with the focus of really elevating the construction management experience. And we've had wonderful reception from the industry. It's been great to connect. I see, like I said, many familiar faces in the room, contractor-wise, and just bring expertise to the field. I totally agree with you with the younger age group, wanting to come and work. We're training our employees in the right way of inspecting. It's near and dear to my heart to work closely with our contractor partners for a wonderful delivered project to our team members and to the state, to the traveling public. So if we can help you with any on-site construction management services, or more specifically, if we can offer what I call construction supporting services. So if you need schedule analysis, schedule preparation, risk management and risk registers, we do constructability reviews, value engineering, or if you just want to bounce some ideas off of, hey, once you get this plan set in the field, how does DOT look at this? What does the spec book say? If we can help you dive into any of those components, we'd be happy to do that. And if not, if this isn't the right avenue to work together, I really do just look forward to seeing everybody in the field. Got my boots, my hard hat, my vest. It's all in the truck as I was looking for additional business cards this morning because I'm out of them. But we are here and hope to have the opportunity to team together and work together and support wonderful construction projects in the state. So thank you so much.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Belandra Foster, the President and Principal Engineer of BB Foster Consulting. We were started in 2014 with North Carolina offices in Greensboro and Charlotte. Our core services include civil engineering, inspections, quality control, utility coordination, construction management and administration, and facilities management. We're professional engineer licensed in North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Illinois, Michigan, and Ohio. A few of our client project examples include we were subcontractors from September of 2020 to January of 2024 with Sanders Utility, working, providing third-party inspection services for the Charlotte Water microtunneling project, Little Sugar Creek. We are subcontractors currently, this is an ongoing project, to Xylem, providing quality control, quality assurance, inspections, and Deputy PM for the Advanced Metering Infrastructure, AMI, project for the City of Greensboro Water, and that is installing over 100,000 meters in the City of Greensboro. We're subcontractors to WGI, structural engineering firm, providing construction administration, inspection, and electrical design plans for the Guilford County current Truist building that used to be the BB&T building, parking structure repairs, and government plaza parking structure repairs and reconstruction. And that's an ongoing current project. We're also prime contractors for a master services contract for a large city in North Carolina, providing utility coordination. Our current NCDOT pre-quals include utility coordination, ITS inspection and engineering, structures and spectral engineering, and roadway inspection. Our certifications include DBE, NC Hub, Minority Business Enterprise, Women Business Enterprise, and Charlotte CBI. We're also Federal 8A and Federal Hub Zone. I have capability statements here for your viewing. I have a few of those. And we also, one of the things I want to mention is there's an ongoing project that we're working on under W.K. Dixon. That's the new runway for RDU Airport. And for all those who do hauling and trucking, get in touch with Balfour Beatty, Victor Malcolm, because they're going to be moving a few million yards of dirt for that project. Thank you very much.
Thanks to Greer Beatty and NCDOT for setting this up, much appreciated. My name is Joe Velasquez. I'm with Dronescape. We're a professional engineering firm that focuses on drone applications related to engineering. We've been in business for about 7 years now. We're based in Charlotte, North Carolina. We had a prime contract with NCDOT
back in 2018, good opportunity. What we're providing is drone-related consulting services to NCDOT. So right out of the bat, Hurricane Florence came, and we were on the disaster recovery team. We sent a bunch of drone teams out to do first responder type assessments of the damage and reported back to a control center out of Raleigh. You know, today you'd say, well, you know, that sounds like a pretty good idea, but back then it was the first in the world. And so we ended up with NCDOT winning the International Humanitarian Award and have done interesting stuff since. I do have a handout somewhere along the way. You should be getting it. The kind of work we do is unique. So this is right down the street. There's the circuit court that's part of the federal government. Limited access. They have, I think the GSE, General Services Administration, manages about 7,000 buildings, and they've got a number in this region. So their task to us was to do a top-level assessment using drones of the buildings so they could stack rank the buildings and figure out where the funds should go. So we went into the courthouse down the street. We had a day to assess the building. We did a statistical plan so we could go into different sections of the building and not have to look at 100% of it. And we took 3,000 images with drones and internally with cameras. We took RGB images and thermal images after dark so we could assess the roof. We were then able to go back, assess all those images, and give the government a report of the type of repairs so they could stack rank the different buildings. As a professional engineering firm, we're able to subcontract. We have partnerships with Nova Engineering, which is an engineering firm that specializes in inspections. We also have partnerships with survey firms so we can pull in surveyors for mapping and volumetrics and things that are related to engineering surveying. So let me see, how do you ask for business? So our business is unique. It's not going to be sort of a standard type business that you would think of that has a direct code. Our type of business is going to be, let's say that you know in your heart that there's an engineering application that can use drones and be more efficient. That's when you would give us a call. The last thing you want to do is buy a drone from Best Buy and give it to one of your low-level people and say, have at it. If you really are serious about improving efficiency and some of the types of things that I described with thermal and with RGB and with different types of mapping and assessments you can do with a drone, that's when you give us a call. So thanks.
I'll receive that.
Okay, all right, drum roll. Al knows how to get work, right?
Oh, my. You put a lot of pressure on me. So good morning, everybody. I'm Al Austin. I'm a management consultant with KRJ Consulting. Y'all play with me for a minute, see if you're awake. There's an old movie with a very popular song that goes, let's see how it goes. If there's something strange in your neighborhood, who are you going to call? No, that's wrong. It's KRJ Consulting. So who is KRJ Consulting? We are a 16-year-old woman-owned business based in Columbia, South Carolina. We also have offices in Charlotte, North Carolina, Washington, D.C., and Dallas, Texas. So we're the people you're going to call when you need to set a vision for your organization for success and need to get it there. And that's any city, county, major business, prime, or small business. That's KRJ strategic planning. We're the people we're going to call when your operations have hit a snag and you don't know what to do and you're bleeding money. That's KRJ Consulting Organizational Development. We're the people you're going to call when you have a multi-million-dollar project and there's going to be negative impact into communities. That's KRJ Consulting Community and Public Engagement. We're the people you're going to call when your employees need leadership development, customer service training, all those types of things. That's KRJ Synergy Leadership Academy. We are smart people addressing complex problems with customized solutions. How about that? All right. We got 23 staff, 16 ready, willing, and able contractors all across the country. We want to be your trusted advisors that you call early in the morning, late at night. We will be there. I am Al Austin. So who are you going to call? Oh, that was weak. Who are you going to call? Awesome. Thank you so much for your time.
Yes, I am. Let me start with how I got here. About 9 years ago, I went to a Google workshop in Raleigh, North Carolina. It was just something I saw on the TV, and it was how to start a business. I'm an Army veteran. I was working as a paralegal at the time, and I just went to the event. It opened my eyes to being an entrepreneur because it tied me with a veteran organization called Entrepreneurship for Veterans. I went to UConn, and I looked at life differently based on that experience. My industry that I started in was hauling, and it was near and dear to my heart because my dad was a hauler, my brother's a hauler, family full of truckers. I was able to do that without driving a truck, without having CDLs. I partnered up with FedEx Ground. That's a company that will allow you to enter, if you have a good business model. That's where I started. Fast forward, the trucking thing didn't work out. And the reason why it didn't work out was because I had more faith in the people. At the same time, they were messing up my truck, stealing fuel. So I knew it was challenges because I did a business analysis, but fast forward, when the country shut down, I pivoted because my ultimate goal is to give back. There's a need in the community for this industry, trucking, transportation, construction, and I wanted to be a part of it. So what I did was I pivoted and I started site work, earthwork, traffic control, because there is a need for people in this industry, and that's what's near and dear to my heart. So I'm here to tell you that Timely Transportation and Logistics is a company that works to make your job situations better, your construction sites better, your needs better. We're there to fill in the gap, and the gap that we're working on right now, and we build a team, is earthwork and site work, moving the dirt, grading the dirt, heavy equipment movement. So that's where we've evolved to that, because again, I started in one direction, but I continue to work to build my company in a direction that I still feel like we can be part of this industry, and then I also can help grow and develop a work pool that will benefit from the opportunities that still are in this industry that's a need. A little bit of, like I said, that's about my company. My partnerships are with people who I hold near and dear, the seniors, the veterans that have been around for 50, 60, 70 years, and they're ready to pass that baton on to the younger generation. They want to, they don't want their knowledge and their expense just to fall to the wayside. So that's what I'm here for. I'm here to bridge the gap. My company, like I said, it started 9 years ago, and I've spent the past couple of years revamping, and we're ready to go. So we're just looking for the opportunity to build the relationships, to have those conversations. Yes, I'm a small business, but we do have the drive and the determination to help build some great things together. So that's why I'm here, and thank you for all the opportunities, all the encouragement that I've met through everybody who's helped me. But again, just thank you for allowing me to come up here and stumble all over these words right now.
Okay, we're going to have all of our DBEs come up here, and they are ready to get work, so we want to encourage them as they come up. But we have a lot of primes in the room. Once again, will my primes just gently either stand up or raise your hand? Stand up or raise your hand. Okay, wonderful. So you all pitch. Come on, don't be shy. Come on, come around me. Come around me. And one of you grab the microphone. Okay. So what we're going to do is, and Greer, can you come to the side? Greer has been helping them, our small businesses, prepare for this session by helping them with the pitching. We help to ready our firms for today's session. If I just take that out, okay. We help to ready our firms by hosting some webinars to get them ready on intellectual property and also on our marketing pitches. We also work with our primes to deliver yesterday what opportunities we have. So primes, please participate. Please ask this team questions about their work and their capabilities. They are ready for you, and we want to do work with you. So we want to keep that connection. So the audience, Blake is in the audience with a microphone. So I know y'all are raising your hand really fast to ask questions, but who wants to kick us off? Drew, do you want to kick us off? You say you're the oldest one yesterday, so I'm assuming that you have a lot of wisdom.
That's not necessarily the case. No, earlier, and I apologize, I did not hear, and Mike was having a little problems. One of your teams said you did guide rail and guardrail work. Okay. I didn't hear the name of your firm.
Vancar Services Group.
Vanguard?
Vancar.
Vancar.
I have capability statements and cards for you.
Okay.
Well, tell him now, he's here.
So yes, we do short run guide rail and guardrail.
Here you go. And feel free to pass it to your mate.
We do short run guide rail and guardrail installations, mainly for cities, and we're transferring it to being able to do highway capabilities. We do have the equipment to do the highway capabilities, but we've only done one, and that was in the state of Maryland.
Yeah. You have some other minority firms that aren't represented here who do that work. All I can say is to getting into the highway work, you got to bring it.
Oh, without a doubt. Hoorah!
I have a question, I guess, for all of them. We typically advertise, email, and other things to find projects. Where do you guys look to find opportunities and see what projects are coming up so we know where to best advertise and reach out to you?
Thank you for the question. So I personally, our company, we're very small, and we thank you for having us. But what I normally do, the way we normally go about this is we call people, we come out, we meet, because sometimes we get just so much email that is sometimes overwhelming, and sometimes we can't get to everything. So it has worked best for us to call, to come out and meet somebody, just to shake hands, and so they know who we are and you know who you're dealing with.
A lot of times we go to where the contracts are being let to see which primes are bidding on these projects. Additionally, through outreaches like this, it's easier for us when we have the opportunity to meet with you. We can unbutton our jackets and really talk about what our capabilities are, so we can actually get to work with people who actually have the ability to make those decisions.
We utilize the NCDOT website, business matchmaking events, just monitor that stuff constantly. And sometimes there might not be an opportunity in the solicitation that I receive. I'll send my capability statement and see if they have a need for what's on my capability statement. So that's how I do it.
For all the DOT stuff, obviously, we just go to the letting lists like everybody else. Town stuff, too, that gets kind of cumbersome because all those town websites are so different and trying to go through that. But honestly, we've worked hard to get to the point where we're getting now, which is people are calling us. So that's really ideally where we want to be. Or we've been a prime quite a few times for City of Durham, and when they can, they're trying to just give us contracts under emergency management, things like that. So that was really the goal. But all this networking, obviously, is what starts all that. So.
On the professional services side, we look for ACEC. They send out notifications about upcoming advertisements. A lot of times there's design-build opportunities that are announced far in advance, and try to have those relationships and have conversations about teaming and opportunities. I also personally receive a lot of emails from being pre-qualified with NCDOT. that say, hey, we're looking for DBE bidders. If you provide any of these services, please submit your bid by such and such a date. Because we can't typically fill those needs, I try to respond back just to let you all know in case your bidders are looking for a check mark or due diligence or what have you, but, and then offer up a qualification statement of what we can provide. But I do get a lot of emails through that, so if you're not utilizing that, that may be a great opportunity.
We're set up through the EVP. Our profile is set up such that we get various solicitations and information that is in line with what our services are. Also, the Charlotte CBI program has profile, where you can set up a profile. In addition to that, we also get various solicitations through other sources, construction, and a lot of times it's not work that we do. And then we get the calls from you guys all the time regarding services you're providing and if we're going to bid.
So currently with our CDL division, we are getting phone calls from, for example, our local reentry council that trains justice-involved students that are looking for jobs. And so we get a lot of calls. I'm a presenter there. I get phone calls from high school counselors with students that are getting ready to graduate that are looking for a trade or something to do. I also present at our local community college because a lot of times after they finish their CDL class, they cannot find jobs. And so I will actually hire them and put them in a training program with my company to train them how to drive a dump truck, because again, that is the industry that is most lacking, not in my opinion, but they actually train them, as I said, to be over-the-road drivers, but a lot of them don't want to go over the road, they want to stay home. And so we train them, and then what we're looking to do is do that for 2 years, and then we send them to companies like you, already trained and ready to go.
So, can you guys hear me? I spend the first 2 hours of each day business development, right? I learned that actually from doing some work in South Carolina. So the first 2 hours of each day, we're looking at lists from North Carolina DOT, South Carolina DOT, as well as Texas. We work with various cities. We get listservs from those cities. Also, we're a federal government contractor. We work with the US DOT, so we have list served that were part of that. So we're either responding or we're capitalizing on relationships that all of us have with the staff. I'm a former city councilman in Charlotte, so we try to leverage some of those relationships that we've had in the past and try to work through those. But it's really about building relationships with us. As I said, we're a 16-year-old company based in Columbia, South Carolina, so we like to approach things as a trusted advisor. So as a trusted advisor, we want to build that authentic relationship with you. So that's how we get to our clients.
So we get business typically by word of mouth. We teach drone operations, search and rescue, crime scene investigation. We teach that at Cape Fear Community College and as well at CPCC Maracas. So we've been doing that for about 5-6 years, teaching various aspects of drone operations. So we tend to get people calling for specialized programs that implement drones in their organization. We also teach for FLIR, forward-looking infrared radar, that's the thermal graphics. So we teach for them, and that kind of generates different types of business. And it's been word of mouth. Like David Howard used to be with NCDOT. He called me, a couple of weeks ago, and we were just connecting, and it was a job that you have, correct? Typically, our business has been generated just by people giving us a call, and hopefully some of you will give us a call.
More questions for our panel?
Bring it on, bring it on.
I have a question. I don't know how many of you all were in the workshop yesterday. So I brought up the question to the fund about what the new DBE level, I need to step up. Oh, excuse me. I've got a cold. I've got a cold, I'm sorry. So with the new DBE final rule, it talks about the opportunities for small businesses to build their website and to be a part of the directory of firms. So the way it will look in the future is if you in our directory of firms, your DBE, there will be a link. And in that link, there will be a website where the primes can go and they can look at your website to look at your capabilities. That was some of the things that they wanted to see. So I wanted to ask each one of you, do you have a website? Do you know that the Office of Civil Rights can help you build a website? And if you do have a website, what do you have on your website? Is your content current? Is your information current? Do you have your bonding capabilities? So that would be my question as we talk about relationship building.
So I do have a website, dronescape.com. It can always be better. You know, it's the last thing I always want to work on is social media and websites, and you know, we end up putting funds in other locations and chasing, you know, delivery for our customers, and probably it's a vehicle for getting business that we should improve.
So yes, we do have a website. On that website, it lists our capabilities. Also, it talks about some of our clients. We list many of our clients. Also, we have some testimonial statements there as well. We're trying to evolve it yet again. We realize that our staff has grown, so we want to make sure that we're highlighting other staff that have just joined the firm. So it is still evolving, but right now we do have a great site. It's krjconsulting.com.
So we do have a website as well, rlthompsoncompanyinc.org. Yes, I would appreciate some assistance in rebranding all of it. Right now, it currently has the CDO class that we offered. There's a link where you can pay and all of that good stuff. And then there's also history about our company. But yes, if there's, I'll be looking. Okay.
Yeah, bbfosterconsulting.com. The website is continuously monitored because I don't want to get hacked by SiteLock. And also it has information regarding some current projects, some past relevant projects, of course, location information and certifications is primary information. I keep it, you know, I like to keep my site minimal because when you have too many pages, nobody looks at it. So.
Yes, we also have a website. Our website is goins-schweitzer.com. It does include the capabilities that we offer with constructability reviews and other project control services that we can support. I did not know that there was a listing through the DBE site, so we may need to connect and make sure that ours is prominently displayed on there. Yeah, we also include our certifications, so in terms of DBE, Hub, NCDOT, SPSF, and then as we continue to achieve additional certifications, we've been updating those. But if there's feedback from the audience of what you'd like to see that maybe we haven't mentioned, I think we're all ears for any input of what you may want to see on there. Thank you.
We also have a website, roadworksconstruction.com. We're currently revamping it because we've switched our logo. And honestly, it's one of the things that's super hard for a tiny company to stay on top of is stuff like marketing. Because priority-wise, that's, you know, get work, do the work, and focus on your books, all that kind of stuff. So we are working with a firm right now to redo ours because it's pretty outdated. We've grown a lot since we initially made it 5 years ago.
Yes, I have a website, it's ttlinks.com, and it needs to be revamped because when I started it, I wasn't quite sure what direction I was going, but now it needs to be more focused. I do have, like, I'm North Carolina, South Carolina DBE certified, so I have all my certifications. I just need it to be fine-tuned and corrected with some updated information.
We too have a website, bandcarservices.com, just like a lot of my colleagues here. We do need to revamp it. It does list our certifications and our licenses, pavement marking certifications and striping certifications, but it needs to be more highway-centric as we grow.
Well, I do not have a website, and I really would appreciate help getting one set up. But we do, a lot of the work that we do is underground, so once the road is paved and everything, you can't see what we do. And a lot of people don't know what we do. So I do really would like help with that. Thank you.
So part of what we're hearing is that we'll offer some supportive services, but you can even show photos of your workers working in those spaces and show it. And some of what I'm hearing from the audience that's kind of being filtered is, you know, what work specifically right now are you ready for, you're going after, that maybe our primes can hear. And if you have specific work that you say, hey, how many of you can do this in the next 12 months, feel free to do that as well. So we want to make sure that we're making the connection today on current work. So anyone want to go first, or, okay. So what do you need from them now?
If some of you already know, you found your niche, you're getting work, you're building, and you've already seen what that is. If you don't know if you're delivering something because you're not getting some work from everybody, then you need to ask the group, and now's a good time. What do I need to do to have value, to be one of those that is being called now? You said people are calling you now, right? And before you were having to reach out. It's still not a bad thing to reach out and say, I'm still here and I'm willing, okay? Because you put a job together, it's not the easiest thing in the world when you got all the 400 items and you're talking to all the subs and you're doing all the other things. There's a lot of things to do in that realm. If you're not being drawn into that, you need to fix something, right? You need to be offering something more that makes it more viable for us to use.
Any other minds in the room, if you want to add to any other conversation, it's not restricted. So I know Anthony, you're in the back. Anthony Roper with Trans Systems. How you doing? Nick, hey, how you doing?
Hello. Hey, good morning. Thank you for answering to many of very interesting questions. But I think there is one category of question I haven't heard yet. I'm a professor. I'm from university, and I have several research projects, and we never had solicitation from companies to say, what expertise do you have? Do you have students who can implement new technology, for example, while we are doing some projects or things like that? I'd like to see some mechanism where companies can ask universities to cooperate in a certain way, having a small contract, preparing students and sending the students to execute this task of implementing technology, advanced things in whatever, usually done, So I don't know if you can think about how you can have some bridging gap between industry and university.
Thank you for that information. So I guess a lot of the question was about the value that you bring and why you.
Such a timely question. There's currently a SMART program, USDOT grants, and some of them it can be related to research. I have a proposal that I have in mind. I just contacted Mr. Sylvester yesterday to meet with DOT. So I'd like to get your information, because if I can submit on this and we get the funding, there will be a role for students to be involved in this.
The students and the professors, because
Yep.
they can be guided in implementation of the...
Well, with this particular grant, they typically are with DOTs, but when I set up the research proposal, there'll be roles for students or universities to be involved because of the nature of the work.
Can you send us some information? Because sometimes
Yeah.
we don't realize things happen.
Yeah, I can get your information and send you the link.
I didn't understand the question. Just your value. You asked about your value.
So in relation to the questions around colleges, particularly, I've worked as the director of HBCU outreach for NCDOT in the past. That work still continues. One of our clients is the U.S. Department of Transportation Office of Small and Disadvantaged Businesses. Within that office of the secretary is an HBCU director. We work very closely with that person and try to make sure we're integrating all the work that we're doing with them around strategic planning, organizational development, to make sure that we're engaging our HBCUs all across the country, and I think there are about 102. So part of the initiative and the focus that we want to continue to uplift is that work with our schools around research. There's work actually that's beginning, as he was talking about, and I'll just go ahead and talk about it. It is called Pathways to Entrepreneurship. One of the things that USDOT is trying to lean into is making sure that small businesses are getting a bite of all of this money from the Biden administration around emerging technologies, EV, other opportunities. And part of one of the things that we're adding into a program that we're piloting for USDOT is our universities. And that's why we're talking to so many different people, particularly in North Carolina A&T right now. Okay. And can I ask a question? How many people, firms in the audience, have a strategic plan? How many of you have a 5-year strategic plan? I see 1, 2, okay, that's good. It's very important to have a plan, because if you don't know where you're going, how are you going to get there, right? How are you going to get there? So that's part of the work that we do for primes, for cities, for federal government. We try to help people understand where they're going. What are the things that are going to impact you into the future? And we know things are changing really quickly, right? There's new technology coming aboard, there's AI. What does that mean for your organization? If you found your niche, and then ultimately your niche is going to be eliminated, maybe, but hopefully they would be supported by AI, then you need to have a really good plan about what are you going to do? What is that path to get there? What kind of obstacles or challenges? And that's what we do at KRJ Consulting. We become partners with you. We try to get into your organization, and I was not kidding about the fact that we get calls early morning, late night, but it's important. It's important to understand that we are there for you, and we're trying to make sure that you're successful. And that goes for primes, that also goes for DBEs and small business as well. KRJ Consulting, we are here for you. Oh, I'm sorry.
So to continue on the momentum, so we want to, we're getting close to time, so I want to make sure all of you really iterate your value and what you have to offer, and any key things that you want to say before we close out today. So just make sure you kind of get that out there, get your last statement, but also in hearing from what Al just said, if there's any cool technology, are you on a cutting edge of anything? How do you manage your operations? Because y'all want to make sure that the product is on scope, schedule, budget, and that they deliver what they say they're going to deliver, because you're on the hook, right? Right, and I hear that a lot from the primes. Performance is key. You can be great, but if you're not delivering, that's really, really key. So I'm going to balance this way, and then feel free to work together to kind of pass the mic.
2 quick questions. To answer your question, sir, we have been looking to partner with institutions. We are developing a robot that's actually able to do concrete curb ramps inspections for the ADA facilities, using this technology to make sure that the variances and the grades are like. We're looking for students who are able to write these codes for these robots. I would love to partner with you, talk to you later on, but a lot of time there's a disconnect between us and industries and higher institutions. We would love the opportunity to bring on some of your students through various workforce programs. For the primes, I started off with the question that was asked to me, what keeps you up at night? And that is directly related to performance. We understand that as large companies, there's risk. And you take a big risk when you deal with a subcontractor who you have no relationship with. For us, we sit down and we answer that question. What keeps you up at night? So that we can perform on time, on budget, and consistently, so that you know you have the reliability. If we can't do it, we're up front, we won't do it. If you give us a small scope so we can grow together, that's what we look forward to. Again, partnership and community. Thank you.
So that is also what we're trying to do, get a small scope so you can know what kind of business we do and what kind of work we do, and then just continue through.
Again, it's about relationships. My company goal right now is to make sure that anybody that I work with is safety oriented. So we do the OSHA 30-hour OSHA. All my employees go through a safety regimen. That is absolutely key to being able to partner with anybody. If they can't take care of themselves, they can't take care of your job sites. So right now I am working to develop and train my employees to understand the importance of safety. So it's not that we don't care about the relationship. We want to bring the right relationship to your company, and we're willing to make sure we bring something to the table. I have all my certifications, DBE, HubZone, I'm veteran owned. Those items, I make sure they're in place. But I also like to, whenever we are presented with the opportunity, so we don't get a no, let's have those conversations about my back office is me. If I can ask a question that doesn't lead to me getting a no, or you think that I'm not able to do the job, it's because I just don't have the capacity. So I might have to ask you to pull the information. An estimator would be great for me, but I don't have the capacity to add one. So being comfortable enough to call your estimator and say, can you pull the quantities out, and I'll work on getting you the numbers. So that's it. Safety first, making sure my employees are ready to do the job, and then being that kind of partner that a small job can lead to other things.
For Roadworks right now, we're in a growth phase. So we've done that first step. We've worked for a lot of the primes sitting in here on jobs, and we've taken that small bite and we've proven ourselves, and we've done more work on the same job, or they've called us back for a different job, or we've gotten business just from you being kind enough telling someone who works for a different company, like, hey man, use these guys, they did a good job for us out here. We are versatile, like I said. So on 540 for Flatiron Branch Joint Venture, we had pipe crews out there. We had our structures crew out there, did some culvert work out there. Heck, I even helped build some of the MSC wall by my house. 540 is going by my house. So we were doing MSC walls. I mean, we just kept they kept going, we need help, what can you do? Well, we don't pave, but we can do essentially almost everything within those limits. So we are ready now to take a bigger piece. That's like kind of what we're going after now. Like, we want all the culverts on the job, or not all, but half the culverts on a big highway job. All, we could do all. But that's kind of where we are now. And so just continuing to build the relationship with the primes we haven't worked for, so we can keep going and growing, and we have the capability to do the bigger stuff now. So.
Yes, thank you. So Goen Schweitzer, our value is our relationship base, our knowledge base, and our forward-thinking nature and our connection to our employees. We're very relationship focused. And I didn't mention this earlier, but we're not just transportation focused, we're multimodal as well. So in terms of aviation, rail, transit, ferry, we can support on those services, and that's what we love to do, is be there for the services that are needed and utilize that background and relationship base. So in terms of project controls, on-site construction management, in terms of delivery methods, having conversations around what's the optimal delivery method for a particular project, how do we optimize that to deliver the project on schedule, on budget, working in P3 or CMGC, or some of the areas where NCDOT is growing into, hopefully more and more as we continue. Any of those conversations, we are here and ready to support, and just lend our hand to delivering a great transportation system.
BB Foster Consulting, our staff are OSHA 30, concrete ACI certified, erosion control level 2. We've had some success in providing the construction industry, construction administration, construction management, what they call construction administration assistance, quality control, and inspection. But more times than not, typically when we approach the construction industry from the professional services side, we're told that you do that in-house. So I'd be looking for ways to maybe incorporate and combine efforts to see if there are things we can add to be able to provide more of those services to the construction industry and be a benefit to you. Thank you.
Make sure you, as you close out, how are you going to help make the products
Okay. First of all, I'd like to thank you for the opportunity to come and speak as we wrap it up. But our industry, you know, construction is just a valuable, it's a needed, ongoing, ever-changing industry. And so all of us in here know that our employees are valuable. And so what we bring to the table is a personalized experience with your employees, making sure that they're already trained and they have a history that is credible because they've already worked with us for 2 years, and we can bring it to you and make sure that they are hireable and take those steps out of your hands so they'll be able to get to your jobs and be ready to work. But again, thank you so much for the opportunity. I will be contacting you to see if you have any suggestions, or a lot of you may have some personalized things that you need them to do, or that you already see that's not working from your HR department. So thank you again for your time.
So, good afternoon, everybody. I'm Al Austin. I think it's still morning. KRJ Consulting, as I said earlier, we are smart people addressing complex problems with customized solutions. And what that means for you and what value we can bring to your organization is we become a trusted advisor. We help you look at your organization. We help you strategically plan for the future. We try to help you when you have issues in the communities. We try to help your staff grow your staff through customer service training, leadership training. That's what we can bring to the table. We want to be your trusted advisor. I will say that all of the DBEs that you see up here front, we add value to your organization, not only in some cases that is required by the federal government, but it's also a value add to your organization, because these people also hire other people. And we need to begin to build our workforce and build the diversity of our population of businesses and people working in the transportation industry. And that was part of the work that we've done, and you continue to do, to make sure that DBEs are part of the Biden administration's money that's coming down. So hire us. It's a great opportunity. We bring wonderful talent to the table, and so I'm going to pass it on to my guy, KRJ Consulting.
Stuff to beat. So we think that working with the DBE community is important, and drones and artificial intelligence are the emerging trends, and it provides opportunity for individuals to change their socioeconomic structure. In conjunction with Johnson C. Smith, we put in for a number of grants that have artificial intelligence applied to drone applications, computer vision to read some of the thermal images, et cetera, where you have an engineer now looking at 1,000 images. The proposals have been for artificial intelligence to use computer vision to read through some of that. So we feel it's just as important to share the trends with the minority community, and we would love to partner with different universities.
Okay, before we close out and I do my final comments, do I have any small businesses in the room that's not part of the panel? Okay, David, Jennifer. So before I do that, I'm gonna let you introduce yourself after Nick, okay? Just introduce yourself, then we can network across the hall, okay?
So good morning, everyone. I'm unfortunately late to the game, but my name is Nick Ramirez. We are a DBE certified SPSF firm, certified with NCDOT, but I know I only have 30 seconds, but rather than initiating my conversation with y'all and saying what we do, I wanted to start by saying why we do it. So I'm a professional engineer in North Carolina. I have about 20 years of experience, and since I started in the industry, I've always dreamed of owning my own company, and we started our company 1.5 years ago. I got my business partner, Stephen Roberts, if you can wave your hand. We started this company 1.5 years ago, and it's been an incredible ride. I wanted to address the contractors in the room. Raising your hand, who's heard of Monroe Bypass? So Stephen Roberts was a project manager, design manager for Monroe Bypass. So we are a firm who provides professional engineering consulting services for NCDOT. We work on design build projects. So we'd love to chat with y'all. Keith Nixon, who's in the back of the room, gave us an opportunity working on the I-26 project. So we work on TIP type projects, design build services. We're roadway design engineers, and thanks for listening.
I almost had my gong. Got it. So, Nick, got you. Okay.
Good morning. My name is David Janifer, and I work with a company called Business Transformation Group. We're management consultants that deal with compliance. We do turnkey compliance on large infrastructure projects. Most of the projects that were mentioned in the P3 presentation, we worked on. We do outreach, compliance, as I mentioned, and also reporting. We leverage all of these with tools, with infrastructure tools that we utilize that we can work remotely. So right now we're working with the Office of Civil Rights. We're fortunate to have the opportunity to work with their compliance and kind of revamping how they do compliance with the federal highways. Again, David Janifer, and we're located in Washington, D.C., but we can work anywhere. Yeah.
And you're going to the zone afterward, right? Okay, we have two more on the end.
Hi, my name is Tracy Seymour. I'm a civil engineer. I'm owner and president of Strawn Environmental. We have been in business since '96, and we have about 95 people in our company. Our headquarters is in Maryland, located halfway between Baltimore and DC. We have team members in Houston, in Virginia, in Ohio, Pennsylvania, New Jersey. So we are expanding into North Carolina. So we recently got our North Carolina business license. We are working through the MBE process right now. Recently got our work code in noise, and we are going to be going after H&H services as well as other environmental services. We have about 20 civil engineers in the hydraulics area. My noise team has 6 people. One of the areas where we're really strong is working in design build projects and P3 projects. So I have personally over 10 years of experience working on design build projects and have worked on at least 3 P3 projects. One of the things I love to tout is that I like to work with the agencies to help them make sure they meet their goals as best as they can. For example, on the I-27.
When was that time? So
I'm sorry.
You can pitch at the zone.
I can pitch after at the zone, but helping my background in highway design can help work with the transportation engineers to minimize environmental impacts and costs.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. I'm Tara Cruz. I work for a company, Harris Miller & Hansen. We specialize in noise, vibration, air quality, and sustainability. It seems like with the primes in the room, you'd be mostly interested in our construction noise and vibration monitoring, analysis, noise control mitigation plan capabilities. We are headquartered outside of Boston. We do a lot of work in Virginia and have an office in Herndon as well as DC, and we're looking to expand in North Carolina. We're currently a WBE and DBE certified with the DOT. So I'll keep it short. So thank you.
So I was asked, primes, thank you for coming today. We're going to close out. We have about 3 minutes left, but any closing things that you want to say, or just any final question, I should say, of the group before you leave. We won't have time for you to respond, but we can have the response in the zone.
I just want to say thank you, and we appreciate you guys coming and doing this. I know it's tough. It was tough for me yesterday, and I don't like speaking in public either, but I think it's great that you guys are doing this, and it's a good step forward. Appreciate it.
Talk loud.
Could you please wait a moment so we will have your contact?
Okay, what's your contact?
Please don't leave.
Don't leave without your contact information. Anyone else? Anyone? Good? Okay. Well, thank you all. Give them a round of applause. And y'all stay there for a moment, but I just go ahead and close you out. Where's Boyd? Did he leave me? Okay. Oh, don't throw it over to me. But I just want to thank you all for coming today, and thank you, our small businesses, for such a great conversation. We have speaker gifts for you. Okay. And thank you, Blake, for managing our stop sign. Can you hold it up? Turn it around. Turn it around.
Oh, I've already employed.
No, just let them see it. Let them see it. So it's our traffic signal. So in order to keep them on target, yesterday and today, we had a red light, a green light, and a yellow. And so they were managing that and trying to do their pitches. So they did a great job, right? Okay. And thank you, Boyd, for your team and your partnership today in collaboration with the prime contractors. Don't close up yet. Don't close up yet. Hold on. And as a reminder for our wrap-up, for those who are logging professional development hours, self-reporting forms will be available and sent to you by Hausman and Associates for attendees who registered. If you haven't done so already, please check out our vendors in the exhibit hall. Turn that. And so after this, you'll find some impressive technology and companies on display. And make sure you visit the NCDOT Office of Civil Rights Business Development Zone for a great networking opportunity. And thank you for attending this session today and hearing from our audience. So if you all would be so kind, I know some of you have to hit the road, but if some of you primes can stay, these firms really want the opportunity to shake your hand and talk to you. But the catch is, you can't do it here. You have to do it in the zone. Okay? Have to do it in the zone. And for those who want to stick around, we have some special guests that will be visiting our zone today. Thank you.